If you're looking for some straight-up marketing advice that's super chilled and also a bit of a laugh, then grab yourself a drink and get ready for Marketing and Margaritas, a podcast that makes marketing entertaining. Brought to you by Rebel Nation, direct from regional Queensland.
Hello and welcome to Marketing and Margaritas. Today our episode is about 3 things that can help make your business a saleable asset from a marketing perspective. So we all dream of sitting on the beach drinking cocktails all day.
Pretty much all day.
Apart from running a business, that's like totally life goals, but...
It is, but still the cocktails by the beach, like, it's never not going to have an appeal, man.
Yeah. So if one day you decide down the track you want to sell the business, then there's a couple of things that you can do to improve the likelihood of it appealing to other people.
Yeah, so basically...
And hopefully the bottom line.
Yes, it really is, because there's a lot of things, obviously, to make your business an asset, like having good quality procedures and processes in place and everything documented, and your files, all sort, like staff training, all that kind of stuff.
Obviously, good sales and people knowing about your business.
So yeah, exactly. So from a marketing perspective, there are a few things that you can be doing to make it a more saleable asset, whether you're looking at selling it in the next month or whether it's something you think you may want to sell in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
The whole point is that, things like, refreshing your collateral or whatever, you're not going to do that today for a potential sale that's going to happen in a decade. Like, it's not going to make a fucking difference. But there are things that you can be continually doing that will improve your business for you.
Which is good too.
But it also just makes it, a more lucrative asset to sell as well, which, exactly, can in return get you more money.
Well, you think about it, when you sell, like, unless you own the building, you're possibly not selling bricks and mortar, or even stock, depending on what your business does.
Yeah, it can be a real intangible asset. So these are things that, on the marketing side of things, can solidify it a little bit more.
Yeah. All right. So first one off the rank is a solid online presence. Now, we harp on about that in general business and marketing anyway.
Yeah, how you show up online is crucial, especially these days. Like, it's changed a lot, sort of thing. But yeah, how you shop online is super important for you anyway.
Yeah.
But it's something that you want to be putting into work for the business as an asset itself too. So things like having all your domains and social handles, etc. taken. So even if you don't necessarily want to be on certain social platforms, you can still go through and create accounts to make sure that you've got that name. Same thing with
domains at the moment, they've come out with the .aus now. So just having all of that available and purchased rather than someone else possibly picking it up or them having to think about it.
Exactly, yeah. It's like you've basically secured all of those digital assets kind of thing in a way so that no one else can take them. And it's even, we had a case with a client when we were helping them to do their .au, and they were like, oh, I don't have my .com, and it was available. So we're like, well, we want to make sure you have that as well. And they're like, I didn't think you needed it. I'm like,
you don't need it,
but it's better that you have it than someone else has it, sort of thing.
And it's not that expensive. Like, domains cost money to have, social handles don't.
Correct.
At the moment.
True.
Thanks, Meta. See where that goes.
I think more Elon Musk with Twitter is what I'm thinking.
But yeah, so there is a slight cost with that, but it's better than someone else having it and ransoming it if you wanted it later.
Which people have been doing.
Yeah.
So there are there were some nationals that did not pick up their .aus.
Oh, no.
And so people, as soon as it became publicly available, were just like searching all these massive brands and stuff and then ransoming their domains from them. So I don't know why their marketing teams would not have been onto that. But
that's terrible.
Anyway, sorry to harp on that.
Side tangent.
Yeah. So having consistent quality social media presence as well. So
that's a big one.
Yeah, building, and again, this is so important for you, but just think about if you were wanting to, dress up your business for sale, you want it to look all pretty.
Well,
having that social media following, but also having, that consistent quality content just happening. So it's something that they can just take over rather than, oh my God, what are we going to do with this Facebook page? We may as well shut it down, which is what we get from clients when they've bought a business or that they're like, oh,
they want to merge.
Yeah, etc. And they're like, is this even worth doing anything with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas if you've got a really strong, engaged social media presence, then it just makes the business look more attractive because they can just walk in and just keep that going rather than having to start from scratch.
But from a buyer's perspective as well, is also like if you're going to shop anywhere and you Facebook search or social search someone, if they haven't been online for the last month or just once or twice, you're like, how well are they doing? Like, it's that visual. Nah, lost the words. Totally got out of my head, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And this is exactly the conversation I had in a training session yesterday where I'm like, when you go dead on socials, it's normally because you're super fucking busy in
Which
business,
is a good thing.
But what it looks like from the perspective is that I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Oh dear.
But that's it. You go to someone's socials and if they haven't posted for ages or there's like one post every 3 months, it's kind of like, are these guys still going? Like, do they still exist? Sort of thing?
Yeah. They're not 100%. Getting any new stock. They're not doing anything. Like, Yeah,
it looks dead. And so the last thing for your solid online presence is really about working on your SEO. That's something, again, for yourself you want to be continually working on, but for, if someone was looking to buy your business, you showing up and ranking well, having all of your online directories set up, those kind of things, it makes it, again, look like something that they can just pick up and keep going with, as opposed to going, we're going to have to do a lot of work with that. And that can be quite expensive stuff too. So it can actually affect, SEO can take pretty much takes either a lot of time or a lot of money and sometimes both. So it's something that if you've got that already rolling and working well, then it's a big point in your favor.
And from your perspective, that's just bite-sized bits for you to do over time. Like, unless you're selling next month.
And that's what all of these things, like getting those social handles, getting the domains, working on your social, all that sort of thing. The whole point is that these are bits and pieces that you can be continually working on that hopefully you're doing for you
and your business,
but that also future you is really gonna, all the hard work and effort that you put into your business, if you neglect your marketing because you just get heaps of referrals and stuff like that, then it means that business is so tied to it having you in it.
Yes.
If you ever want to step out and sell it or even just move out of the business and start a new business or something like that.
If it's relying on you.
Yeah, you need all of this stuff in place to keep things moving.
Yeah. Just think about how many cocktails are waiting for you at the beach.
A lot. There's a lot.
Margaritas?
Naturally.
All right, so point number 2, website that does its job.
Yeah.
A website is not a set and forget. We have mentioned this before.
That's it. Putting your website up is not the end. It is the start.
We literally use the term, it's alive. Like, it's live now. So you have to look after this baby.
Yeah, so basically with your website, you really want it to be taking care of the first part of the customer journey, which is attracting new leads, giving them the information that they need to consider you to work out whether you're a good fit for them or not, and then converting them. So bringing in their inquiry or their purchase or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what you want your website to be doing. Now, putting a new website live, the chances of it doing all of those 3 things really well as soon as it goes live is kind of ridiculous. Like, it's almost like you can't just expect that something brand new is going to perform perfectly. Like, everything needs to be, tested, improved, tweaked, etc. And like anything in marketing, we're going to, use our experience and psychology and all kinds of things to kind of put together what we think is the best starting point. But from there, we need to try things, check and see how they go, and keep improving on what we're doing. So, really thinking about how it's bringing people to you, what information is it covering off on what they need to know in the ways that they want to know it, is that information accessible, visual, all that kind of crap, and then, actually converting them, making it easy for them to do business with you. That's really what you want from your website.
So your website's an asset you will be continually working on. So set aside some time each month or sometime in your calendar and just keep working on that one.
Basically, and it can be, when you say working on it, like from a practical perspective, that can be even just having a checklist of things that you want to do, and once a month ticking something off that checklist. Like, I want to get one of my ideal client to actually go through the website and tell me what they see as potential fixes. We need to go through and check that all the links are still working and that all the information is correct.
All our services and pricing is all current. Our call to action is going to the right place.
So it's all that maintenance stuff, and that is on top of the new content that you're going to be adding with the regular content marketing that you do. So
blogs, case studies,
podcasts, audio, video, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
100%. Yes.
Lots to do there. It's an ongoing process. It's okay.
You gotta love a website though, man. Like, it is fun. Like, that's your own little piece of the internet that can look and feel and sound exactly the way that you want it. Like, take control of that. Enjoy it. Make it something that actually is really yours, that you're proud of.
Yeah.
And brings you business. Like, and especially if you can, the time and money and effort that you put into getting your website set up so that it's bringing in business while you're asleep or drinking cocktails in the sand, it's worth it. Like, it pays off, you know?
And what you're saying there is not just like have a website set and forget and then run ads that do that.
Correct.
That
yes,
is a different, that's not what we're talking about.
Ads are also a lot of fun, but no, that's not what I was
just to
doing.
clarify.
Thanks.
All right. Point number 3, email database.
Yes.
This is a somewhat of a tangible asset at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, you can't physically touch it, but it's the most...
You can print it out.
It's one of the most... You can print out my website homepage too, though, really.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah. I'm printing out your email database, is it? Yeah, so your email database is the only traffic or list or whatever you want to call it that you actually own.
Yeah. Your Facebook followers, your social media friends, they're not going anywhere.
Basically, well, it's kind of like if, you know, Facebook shuts down or changes the algorithm, then you've lost your audience.
But you don't have Sally or Fred or Sam's email, phone number, home address from Facebook. That would be creepy.
Yeah, don't do that, stalker. But it's the same thing with your website. Like, yes, your website is yours, but the traffic that comes to it, you know, you may have noticed, but there's a lot of new shit that gets added to the internet all of the time. So even if you're appearing really well for some search terms and everything, that's not a given.
No.
It can change. And so your email database, building that, growing it, nurturing it, you know, keeping it clean, like scrubbing it when you need to, keeping that list as good as you can, that is the most tangible asset that you can give. So if someone, you know, the money's in an email list, man. So it's basically like, and even though a conversion for an email list might only be, say, 1 or 2%, like that's actually pretty good conversion for most email lists. Like, obviously there's always variables. But, you know, that's something that you can pass on to a new business owner or pass on to your new GM while you exit stage, right? And then, you know, for them, that's something that straight away they can be utilizing to keep bringing leads in.
Well, it's literally a list of people who've gone, yes, I'm interested enough in your thing and what you're doing that I want you to tell me more. Continually.
Yeah, basically. And it's that continual touch point. It's, you know, email marketing is still one of our, you know, apart from where we say like face-to-face and word of mouth and everything is so strong, but email marketing is one of the few places still where it is just you and your audience talk with each other. You know what I mean? Social media, everywhere else we've got, everything is competing for our attention all the time. Whereas when you open an email, you know, like, yes, you're going to be distracted, but on that screen, at least, it is just you looking at that email.
Well, so back to that basic "you've got mail" kind of situation. It's like, this is for me. Not that we're that excited about our emails usually.
Yes, true. So definitely one to nurture, not just build it, but actually nurture that list as well, because it needs to be an engaged list. Like Lani said, it's about, you know, people have said, yes, I want to keep hearing from you. If you don't then keep being in contact with them, then they're going to lose interest in you. And then if you do all of a sudden email them, they're probably going to be like, who the fuck are you? What the hell is happening here?
Yeah, I'm at that stage where, like, I sign up for random emails when I'm doing stuff, and then, you know, you get all the nurturing sequence and stuff, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I've forgotten why I signed up for this. What was that? And then you do the unsubscribes kind of situation. But so, yeah, it's definitely worth keeping on top and keeping that regular. So people... You've got that brand awareness constantly.
Yeah, absolutely. And that awareness, consideration, and then again, that conversion, it all can lie within that database. So yes.
We could talk about email marketing all day.
I love email marketing.
All right. Well, that's our 3 pieces for you. We do have a wrap-up tip. So whether you're working for an agency or a freelancer, you want to, or your marketing is in-house, hopefully it's all nice and neat and tied with a bow, if that's the case. But you want to make sure everything is yours. So if you've got all your domains and those social handles like we talked about, you want all these passwords somewhere, or at least know where they're coming from or where you're getting billed from them for. You can be paying for the same domain from multiple places. That's an accident that does happen.
Yeah, I remember that happening with someone that we both know that time.
Yeah.
So it's funny now, but it probably wasn't funny then. But and same thing with your website.
Yeah.
The amount of clients that we see who don't actually have proper access to their own website. Now, I'm not dissing web developers. I'm sort of dissing web developers who do that a little bit, but I do know one who does it, and he actually has a really good reason. It's just the setup
Security.
for the platform that he has or whatever. But I just think we need to get past the stage of thinking that clients can't handle having access, because at the end of the day, if someone has paid for something to be built, that is theirs. It is not yours.
You don't expect the builders of your house to still have a key.
Yeah, basically. Oh, that's a really good analogy.
That would
use that next time.
Yeah, I just thought of that.
And that's basically what it is,
It
though,
is.
man. And it's just really, exactly. You paid for it. They might have built it, but you paid for it. It is yours, and you need to have access to it. Whether you stay with them, whether you do stuff yourself or go to someone else, it is yours.
Yeah, 100%. We're a bit like that with design files. Not every agency is like that. That can be a bit of a tricky one. But, you know, even keeping all your proof copies and your final artworks and stuff, like that's going to make it easier for handing over or reproducing work going forward. So
100%.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, good luck. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Marketing and Margaritas. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Marketing and Margaritas. Find more free marketing tips, tricks and laughs at rebelnation.com.au.